Hi, welcome back. Well, I've made some progress while you were away. I'm not filming everything because a lot of it is redundant and you don't particularly want to see a lot of this stuff. But anyhow, here's what I've got. I've gotten the terminal block made up over here. I've got some of the wires hooked up. I've got all the neutrals hooked up here. I've got some of the wires connected to the switch, including the neutral coming out. I've got a wire just long enough over here. I just put it over here to hold its place. What I still have to do is the next thing I'm going to have to do is make the front panel. Cut the front panel out and lay out the holes, because I'm at that point now where I need to mount the switches, the indicator lights, and so on, so that I can continue wiring this. And in the meantime, I'll figure out what to do with the fan and the 6.3 volts for the light, for the indicator lights. This front panel, I have some plexiglass here that I'm going to probably cut up for it. I hope it's going to be thick enough. I think it's 1/4 inch. And we'll rough in the gauges and the switches and the indicator lights, the fuse holder. And then I'll be able to rough in some of this stuff here. And the idea that I have now is the DC fan should run slower with a little bit lower voltage. So I'm thinking of maybe 7 volts to give me the voltage for the indicator lights and for the fan. That way I'll only have to worry about lowering it once to 1 voltage. I'll probably use a voltage regulator to get it down to about 7 volts from 12. I'll do some tests on the fan and see if that's feasible, but I'm pretty sure that's right. The fan doesn't really need, actually it probably doesn't even need a fan, but this way the fan will run slow, it won't make as much noise, and it will still circulate plenty of air. Of course, I'm going to have to put some ventilation holes down here and in the back, so that it needs air to circulate, so that'll help that any. So that's what's going on here for now. This is going to be a short video just to catch you up on what's going on. I have to break out the table saw and cut that plexiglass and cut the holes with the drill press and that, and rough in the screws for around the sides and the top, and then we'll be able to actually almost finish it. It's very close to being finished, very close. I'm not going to be able to make the labels for the front panel yet. Don't have time, but that's not a big deal. I can do that anytime. So let me show you what I got on the other side of that terminal block. Not a whole lot to see, but I'll take you over there. Hang on. Okay, here's the back side of that terminal block that I made. If you can notice, it's hard to see with the wires in the way, but down here is my hot going to the transformer. Still have to hook it up in the front here to the switch and the fuse. These are all my commons. Starts in the back, continues in the front. Plus I have the other ones for some of the other ones that I need. This wire here is the isolated part of the hot side, which will be going to one of these, could be any one, maybe that one, so that I can get my isolated power through. So that's the back side. Let me bring you back to the front. I've got some of the parts laid out here that I'm going to be using to finish the front panel, everything except the meters. I did make some, pre-made some wires to go into different places, pre-wired the fuse socket. I have the switches ready to go. They're in there. One other thing, I did do what I spoke of in one of my other videos. I used my heat shrink method for putting the lug terminals on here, and there will be more of that coming. There's only a couple things I'm going to use the insulated terminals to, and that's a couple of quick disconnects that I'm going to use for the front panel, because it's not easy to, unscrew some stuff, so we'll just have that unplugged. Hopefully I'll never have to go into here again, but you never know. And I'll leave a link to this video up in the card section up above. So with that, we'll leave you for this week. I appreciate you stopping by. Please give me a like, subscribe, share my videos. Everything's appreciated. With that, we're going to say goodbye. See you on the next video. Bye.